Thanks for listening to LTG Radio, the Leon Thomas Group Radio Network. It's now time for NRG This Week. NRG stands for Network Referral Group. To learn more about NRG, go to their website, nrg.online. It's now time for another episode of NRG This Week.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Mike Weiner, NRG CEO. I am here with another edition of NRG This Week. I do not have my partner here, Leon Thomas, but I am excited about our guest today. I'm going to talk about her in a minute. If you're just tuning in for the first time, NRG, I started back in 2001. We are a full-service networking organization that helps you grow your business through warm referrals. When you come to your first NRG meeting, you get 3 referrals, and then once you join, I blow up your phone with 23 referrals. We are international as well. That's the benefit of once we went to Zoom after COVID. We are across the country. Our international group meets on Monday at 11 a.m. Reach out to me. My cell number is 443-756-9656. My email address, mike@networkreferralgroup.com. And the website is nrg.online. I just celebrated my 60th birthday yesterday, took the day off. I am excited to be back in the groove of things. So today we've got Sally with us, and I'm going to bring Sally on now. She is a new member to NRG, but Sally Gimmon, I'm saying that correct, right? Gimmon?
Yeah.
So, Sally, it's great to have you here. What's cool about you is you used to live in Maryland. You were in Rockville, Maryland. So I think you're down in North Carolina. It's great to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so happy that you're having me on here. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, my God. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Sally, we met not that long ago. I'm trying to remember who brought you to NRG, and I don't recall. Who was the one? Do you remember?
Honestly, how I think it would happen, I would reply to something that was on Instagram, and I couldn't go to the extravaganza, and then Tanya reached out to me. I think that's what happened.
That's awesome. Yeah, the extravaganza we had, I think it was September 6th, and we're still busy from that. It's amazing. Tanya's my virtual assistant. So, Sally, take 2 or 3 minutes. I want everyone to get kind of a good understanding of what you're about. And this will be on the NRG YouTube channel moving forward, but we can put it on Facebook and LinkedIn. Take 2 or 3 minutes, talk about what you do, because it's very unique. When I met you, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. It's not like the typical person in NRG. Maybe I've got financial and real estate and mortgage, but take 2 minutes, talk a little bit about what you do for our audience today. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I am a real estate investor, and back in 2019, I was working full-time as a Medicare broker, and I wholesaled 7 properties. Rockstar in my real estate group, I knew about capital gains and had $50,000 sitting aside in my bank account. April 4th, 2020, my CPA calls me, and I don't know if he was being facetious or not, but he says, congratulations, your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. You need to make a meeting with me. What I didn't realize was when your tax bracket goes up, you pay more in taxes. All of a sudden, April 4th, 2020, I owed the federal government $97,000 in short-term capital gains. I kept it together. He had a payment plan set up for me, got my parking validated, go down to the parking garage, to drive home back to Phoenix, and I cried for 20 minutes. I got on a payment plan, had $50,000. April 4th, start of COVID, 3 of my properties did not pay me April 1st. So kind of a money crunch. I had read an article about the Rockefeller Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. And the next day, I woke up 5 a.m. and I got online, started researching that. For 5 months, I researched the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, It's in the IRS tax code 643B. And in September of 2020, I started both my business and my beneficial spendthrift trusts, and I became a representative of the law firm to teach it in my real estate group. I now have my own company called The Trust Is You. I help U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners save at least 90% on their federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes with the business trust. It's an amazing thing. And then if you're an investor like myself, you will stop paying capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rental income, and royalty income taxes year after year, generation after generation. It's legal. It's in front of the IRS tax. It's in the IRS tax code 643B.
Wow, that was impressive. I wrote a few things down. So let me. You owed 97,000. You went and cried for 20 minutes. Are you saying that the 97,000 you don't have to worry about that? Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Well, he put me on a payment plan. I had to pay every single month a certain amount of money. Wasn't happy about it, but I had $50,000 to give me wiggle room. I had paid off my house. I mean, I was completely debt free. Yay, Sally. So I took out a HELOC on my house to pay off my bill for the federal government, and I'm still working as a Medicare broker. And I'm like, there has to be a solution to this, and that's why I started researching the Spendthrift Trust.
So is your ideal, and I appreciate you saying all that, is your ideal candidate someone that owes the IRS money? Would you say that's your ideal, or is there a different candidate that's even better?
My ideal candidate is somebody who's going forward. We cannot help with taxes that have already been issued or past taxes. I get a lot of meetings that way, but going forward. So I have a free class on the Great Discovery. It's my name, www.sallygimmon.com. I have a chart that shows there's 4 ways to file taxes: single, head of household, married jointly, married separately. Single's the most expensive way. I'm single, so it sucks. But I have a chart showing if you're making $80,000 gross in all 50 states, how much you will save in every state. 43 states have state income taxes, 7 states do not. So even in Tennessee, Nevada, Texas, Florida, I'm not naming them all. If you're making $80,000 filing single, you will still save 5 figures in taxes year after year, generation after generation. It's an amazing thing.
Wow. This is a lot of new information for me, Sally. I've been doing NRG 20 over, it'll be 25 years the end of the year, but you're bringing a lot of great information to us. Give us an example of one of your clients' success, whether it was saving them. I know you talked about you can't go back, but you can look at it moving forward. So without obviously mentioning their name, what is one of your examples of helping a client do this?
I work with business brokers and also financial planners. So one of my business brokers brought me this deal. The gentleman was selling his company, an HVAC company in Georgia. The gentleman who was buying it, there were 12 trucks, 12 HVAC workers, everybody else. What we were able to do is save him $240,634 for the full year, or per month. He's saving $20,052 per month. The gentleman who bought the HVAC business was saving so much money, he gave all the 12 workers a bonus or a pay raise because he's like, if I'm saving this much money, I want to help those people save that much money. Unfortunately, his workers, the 12 HVAC workers, are W-2 income earners. I can't help them, but the owner I could help.
Where is this information? Obviously, they can come to your website, which is, Jay's got it right there. He read my mind, but is there a place someone can go? Would you say the website is a good start for someone to go there to get kind of a handle on what you're teaching?
My website, correct. There's a squeeze page. When you fill it out, you'll get a presentation. At the Great Discovery, this was started by Six Sigma probably in March of this year. They're going to translate my class into, someone will pay to get the class translated into their home language, which is an amazing thing. But when you go out to when you go out to my name, you'll get 3 articles from Forbes magazine. I did not write. Somebody else, somebody at Forbes wrote them. You'll get 2 pages of case law. You'll get examples of my clients, examples of real estate deals, because there's 2 separate trusts. The business trust is for business owners, entrepreneurs, and 1099 income earners. The beneficial trust is for investors. I personally have both trusts because I do get 1099 income on 3 of my businesses, but my real estate is where I make most of my money right now.
Wow, that's amazing. So you mentioned the Great Discovery. I'm familiar with it. A lot of people are probably not familiar with it. Take 2 minutes, explain what the Great Discovery is, because I discovered the Great Discovery through several NRG members over the last 6 months. But if you could take 2 minutes, explain what the Great Discovery is.
It's my brother is a black belt in Six Sigma, so I'm aware of what Six Sigma is. They wanted to take their education and teach it to as many people as possible, and they looked at all the databases out there, Kajabi, School, several other bases. They decided there was nothing good enough for them, so they started the Great Discovery. There's, I want to say 3, maybe there's 4 levels of education. It could be a free class. It could be under $20. So it's sort of like free, $20, $100, and $5,000. I purposely have a free class because I want as many people to learn what the trust is. This is not taught in schools. And the neat thing about the Great Discovery, their specialty is they're going to translate. I'm speaking in English, but if someone wants this in Mandarin or somebody wants this in Spanish, they will pay $7 a month, and then they would translate what I'm saying into their native language. I don't have to do it, thank God, because I don't speak Mandarin, and my Spanish. I lived in Brazil for 6 months, and I get everything mixed up now. But because I do 6 videos a day on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and I keep giving them my Great Discovery link. I have 6 clients have come to me. They've watched the video. They've looked at things. They know exactly what they're talking about. On my website, you'll get a free video, but you won't get the articles. I have to email them to you. So it's kind of like helping people up front, if that makes sense.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you written any books at this point yet? Because I see a book in you.
I've been in collaborations, but I've not written my own book. No.
I got you. I tell you what, Sally, we've only known each other a short time, but I find it fascinating what you're doing. So I do want to mention Leon Thomas. He's got a company, Racquetball Revival. It's an organization that's helping all kinds of kids and adults, and he's doing a lot of amazing things. It's Racquetball Revival. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back with Sally, we're going to talk about a little bit about NRG. And Sally, I tell you what, when I met you, you had so much energy. You reminded me of myself. So we're going to come back and talk with Sally. We're going to take a commercial break right now, and we will be back to talk with Sally in a couple of minutes. Be right back. Thank you.
Baked by Brianna has been your Baltimore hometown bakery since 1969. Located in Roxton Plaza, Baked by Brianna. Visit bakedbybrianna.io.
At Rod's Car Repairs, we work on all cars, old cars, new cars, and your car. Car Repairs by Rod.io.
Well, hi, everybody. This is your announcer, Biff Bergman, speaking for Farmer John. Farmer John Luncheon Sausage and Farmer John Luncheon Meat. Either way, Farmer John is easternmost in flavor and westernmost in taste. You can purchase all Farmer John products at your tri-state area, Mike's Meat Market. Go to mikesmeatmarket.com. Mike's Meat Market and Farmer John. What a double play combination.
Hi, it's Robin from LTG Radio reminding you that the holiday shopping season is just a few months away. But you don't have to wait until December to start your shopping. You can do it now by going to Why Wait? Shop Now. .biz. That's Why Wait? Shop Now. .biz. There's no need to wait. Go to Why Wait? Shop Now. .biz. Start now on that Christmas shopping list. And now, back to more LTG Radio.
I'm Leon Thomas with the Leon Thomas Group. Podcast, virtual events, webinars, streaming shows, and so much more. We want to be your partner in all things virtual.
Hey, everybody. Mike Weiner here, NRG CEO, and I am having a great conversation with Sally Gimmon today. Sally, I would like you to talk about NRG. You came to me, I'm going to just say through the extravaganza and through my virtual assistant, Tanya. You came to a meeting, you joined immediately after the meeting. You were excited. I love that excitement. You know, I'm a high energy guy, and I think you match my energy. For the folks out there that haven't been to NRG, they've never been to a meeting, they don't know about networking, they've been to another group, they haven't had good experience, whatever the case may be, why would you encourage someone to come out and check out an NRG meeting?
I'm going to be honest. At the time, I was in another group and I was not enjoying what was going. I mean, I was doing a lot of things in the other group, but I was getting no responses to what was happening. I don't know exactly how Tanya and I started emailing, but she put me into the Arkansas group. Kind of funny story. My mom's from Ireland. She always called Arkansas Arkansas. And I have to always stumble. Is it Arkansas or Arkansas? So I'm in the Arkansas group and Mike's there and he's like, I'm going to blow up your phone. So that was on Tuesday. He says, I'm sorry, Sally, I can't do this. He had some things to do. He blows up my phone Thursday morning. 30 different people. I'm trying to get through all the text messaging and I'm busy. And I'm like, I didn't finish doing all my text messaging back to the 30 people until Saturday. And literally, I think I've had 6 meetings so far, Zoom meetings. I met 2 of NRG people. One person is in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Her son is a freshman at school in Charlotte. We just met for happy hour last Friday and had a great time. I mean, the other group I was in, nothing against them, but I was sending emails saying, hey, I would like to JV with you. I would like to partner with you. I've now got 3 JV partners in less than 3 weeks from NRG. Talk about amazing things.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And you know what? Your energy, your personality lends in really well with NRG. I've been doing this almost 25 years. And I appreciate that testimonial very much. I want to ask you about one thing that I've really noticed about you that's really unique. I've seen it in a few people, your inflection in your voice, your tonality. They don't teach that as much. Have you been through, I'm sure you have somewhere along the way. I went through Sandler training. What sales training have you been through? Have you been through Sandler, Dale Carnegie? Have you been through any of those formal types of training?
Actually, no. Quite frankly, my background, I was competitive intelligence for several years. I got laid off. I worked for Monster. I was in charge of, I was director of research. I got laid off literally the Tuesday of Thanksgiving weekend, which sucks, but I did have,
Wow.
I flew from Massachusetts to Phoenix to visit my parents, and my aunt took me house hunting. She was looking for a house. I put $1,000 down on a house out in Avondale and went back, sold my condo, made quite a great profit on it. And then I sofa surfed for, wow, this was 2004. I didn't move into my house until 2009. I mean, because the housing market, I don't know if you were a real estate investor at that time, but Phoenix just went through a horrible time. But so my house, they took $5,000 off my house every 6 months. So I was sleeping on different people's sofas or living with my parents. I became an insurance agent. True story. I called USAA. I'm my dad's military. I called USAA because Massachusetts, I hate to call Massachusetts this, but it's taxes. You get taxed for everything. So I'm like, I need to change my car insurance. And the girl, the woman who talked to me, Becky, she's just like, where are you moving to? And I'm like, oh, I'm moving to Phoenix. And she's like, we just opened offices here in Phoenix. Use my name if you need a job. Well, I was getting $700 a month in unemployment insurance, which is really decent, but it wasn't enough. So I applied to USAA and I was an insurance agent, or I still have my licenses, but for 20 years, that's what I was doing. And I guess just talking to people all over the country about different things. One of the worst call campaigns we were on at USAA, I was on an outbound team and we called officers who lived in New Orleans to tell them that they needed flood insurance 6 months before Hurricane Katrina happened. I got cursed out because I'm like, y'all need flood insurance. You're 12 feet below sea level. And, you have to learn how to talk to an admiral, a general. You have to know how to talk to a private, a sergeant, anybody you're talking to.
When you just said y'all, you reminded me of, I was just saying a Southern twang there. When you say y'all, I think of the Carolinas and Georgia.
Well, true story. My dad's from Pittsburgh. He went back to graduate school when I was 5 years old. So I didn't go to kindergarten. I went to Head Start program. And staying in Pittsburgh is Ewans. And when we moved to Montana and I said Ewans in first grade, they're like, that is the funniest thing. And I purposely took it out of my language. My family
That's
still
funny.
says Ewans back and forth, but I don't say it.
That's funny. When someone calls you, what are they getting when they call Sally? Talk about, take 2-3 minutes, talk about the type of person you are. I mean, to me, you seem very thorough, very articulate, very conscientious. But when someone calls you and they go, hey, Sally, Mike Weiner referred me to you, what do they get with Sally? I want to hear about kind of your work ethic or characteristics, or what do you feel like some of your strengths are when they call you?
I ask them some very pointed questions. I want to know, are they married? Are they, does their significant other work as a W-2 income earner or stay at home or anything like that? I do take them out to a free website called NerdWallet because I want to show them the formula for federal taxes. I'm not making this up. This is what the formula is before you can take any deductibles or anything else. When you file a 1040 tax return, you automatically get deductibles, child credits. You can take off your office, your computer, things like that. With the 1041 tax return, this is how we can help you save between 90 to 95% on your federal taxes. When I send an email back, I also get information for state income taxes if they're in a state with state income taxes. I tell them about about my free class. I follow up with them a week later saying, what questions do you have? Things like that. Most of my clients do take some time because they do have to pay for the trust up front. But once they start seeing how much money they could be saving, they're like, why does my CPA not know this? Why does my financial advisor not know this? Just to give you an answer for that, it's contract law. So only trust attorneys know this. Of the million attorneys in the United States, only 4% are trust attorneys. The law firm I work on behalf of, Benson Law Financial Services, has 4 trust attorneys on staff all year round. They had 5. One just retired at the beginning of the year, and he's still there to answer questions for me.
Did you say nerdwallet.com? Did I hear you correctly?
Right. Nerdwallet.com.
Website.
It will show you the formula for taxes. So
That's amazing.
To give you an idea, one of my clients, a Shopify store owner, 23 years old, she sells earrings. That's all she does. She saw one of my TikTok videos. Her salary went from 22% to 24%, just like mine did. And she's like, she's making more money. That's probably my typical client, someone who all of a sudden is making better money than they were before. And so for her, if her store doesn't grow, this was 2023 when we discussed this, she's saving $17,338 every single year. but her store is growing month after month after month. If she stays in Shopify for the next 10 years, she will have saved $173,000 over the 10 years. Per month,
Wow.
back in 2023, when she started the trust, we were going to save her $1,444 per month, and her apartment rent was $1,200. She's like, I have an extra $244 to spend. And she was so excited. She has sent me 4 more Shopify owners that she knows, and they're saving taxes. And because I have an affiliate link, she got paid for telling other Shopify people, you need to talk to Sally.
Amazing. I don't know if I've ever interviewed someone and learned so much stuff in one session. I'm going to have to go back and watch NRG this week or this weekend or later on. But Sally, I have one more question for you. What is your final message to everybody here? If, kind of big picture summary, but if someone's just tuning in right now, let's just say they missed the whole thing, give us like a good 2 to 3 minute summary wrap up. And I've totally enjoyed interviewing you and talking with you today. And I'm sorry Leon wasn't here. Hopefully he'll be back next week, but I find this fascinating what you're doing. I'm thinking of people I can refer to you, but take 2 or 3 minutes, summarize what you're doing. And I think you're providing some amazing benefits for people, and saving them basically on the taxes is really what I'm getting through things that financial planners and CPAs may not be aware of. So I'm gonna let you wrap us up 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll totally wrap up NRG this week.
My whole thing is this information is not taught in schools. I personally spent 5 months researching it, and I had a starting point. I want to teach this to as many other people. I want people to know it's their decision if they want to go forward or not. I'm not anti-American. I'm following the tax code. When I decided not to continue with my other group, I had been in it in a year. I thought, hey, let me find another group to work with. NRG came up, and it's night and day. The people I'm meeting in NRG, the people I'm talking to in NRG, I can't get on all the Zooms every week, but any Zoom I get on, I receive referrals each time, 3 new referrals. And from one referral I got last week, I talked to somebody, and he's very interested in starting the trust. I want to say, if you're thinking of doing something, I was 53 when my life changed drastically. When you go down to when you get my video, October 2018 was a watershed month for me. Instead of sitting there saying, woe is me, I decided I'm going to become a real estate investor, and I changed my life only for the better. Please, just like Nike says, just do it.
Love it. Love it. Sally, it's been a pleasure interviewing you today on NRG this week. Can't wait to talk with you more. Appreciate you being here. It's been a true pleasure. I've written some notes down as well. And I'm going to wrap this up right now. So if you haven't been to an NRG meeting, contact me.
Please do. NRG, seriously, if you just go to one meeting and get 3 referrals and talk to those 3 people, set up a meeting with those 3 people, you'll get business out of it.
You guys see why Sally and I get along so well? I don't even need, if I had laryngitis, I could turn it over to Sally. So definitely get a hold of me, reach out to me on my cell. Best thing to do to reach me, because I'm on 36 Zooms a week, 443-756-9656. And come out to a meeting, experience what everybody has. And you heard Sally's testimonial and so forth. So this is Mike Weiner. I'm signing off NRG this week. We will look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week. Thank you.